Hi everyone, Maria here, and welcome to Season 1 of GUTT Talks, GGUTT, a podcast focusing on business and tech for good, experience design, and gut feelings.
For me, this is what luxury or fashion should be about also.
Yes, probably maybe I think more luxury than fashion, even if we consider like fashion was before the last 5 or 6 years with the big growth into the reality, we had less collection, more quality, more concentrate on some values that now the young generation are discovering again, because probably, I don't know for you, Mappy, or for you, Maria, but for me, for sure, I have in my wardrobe some pieces coming from the companies where I worked 30 years ago, and they are perfect because the quality of the raw material is so amazing. Probably what I am planning to do is, because I have not the same fitting and the same shape, is, oh my God, can I find someone, can I will be able to find someone that will readapt to my new fitting? But I am not thinking to eliminate this. Not at all. Absolutely. Because actually nowadays, if I look the same brands producing some kind of product, I can tell to you that the quality is lower. It's absolutely lower, even if they are exactly the same brand. So it means it's like if they are planning to have a sort of obsolescence time also for some product, even if they are much more timeless. But they imagine that if I program that this coat will be only for 5 years, you will buy another one, or for 1 year, you will be forced to buy another one. But as I said to you at the beginning, it's not sustainable. We don't need so many things. We need probably to reorganize our wardrobe like we are reorganizing our life. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you're saying we buy stuff we don't need, and COVID is the thing. I mean, we might be wearing the amazing stuff just for Zoom, and then we're just wearing our pajamas and flip-flops. Who knows, right? We all do it. I mean, I do at least. But you touch on interesting points as well. You spoke about authenticity, and this is a key element, actually. What brands are doing, they can't pretend to be authentic, and they cannot pretend to have purpose. They have to do it. They have to do something that is achievable and that is real. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. And the confirmation to what you said as well is a few months ago, I was mentoring some students for a competition, a fashion competition. And they were all about reusable. Again, they're young students. They're not really into the industry, but we understand what the younger generation wants today. And if we go on TikTok and Instagram and so on, we realize that they have another mindset. I mean, I'm a millennial, right? We are, but...
Oh, thank you, Maria. Maybe you're a young millennial. No, you're in between, no? I'm an old one, but... but absolutely, yeah. No. The new generation. I mean, I have 2 teenagers. Yeah. Not all of them are equal. No, some of them, because it's also, again, looking at fashion. I'm thinking of it's your expression. No, it's your identity. We know we don't need it, but why do we need? We need to gratify ourselves with beautiful objects, timeless, less timeless. We want to express ourselves. So even if I'm trying to be conscious, we all feel like, I want this new thing, even if it's only one, whereas my wardrobe is full. I really don't need it, and I'm not growing up anymore, so not like my daughter. But they are really, really, my son is 18, and he just doesn't want to buy anything. It's me, it's almost the opposite, no? I have to tell him, Lorenzo, your pair of shoes is kind of destroyed, no? And he just doesn't want. He's refusing. And I think that we have different segments. Not everybody is arriving at this level. But I think that they are completely, completely different than... there's a big disruption. Before it was probably now a little bit of continuity between the generation. Now everybody's talking about this famous Gen Z that is completely different. And they look at us being angry at us. Now they look at us saying, what did you do? And for the first time in my life, I'm asking myself, what did I do? Because I always say, no, but I'm not responsible for what was done in the last 20 years. No, I am.
In a way, yeah.
And I have to look at them in the eye. No, it's very different than no, authenticity. There's also this expression I love, that they have anti-bullshit filters. They do. They really do. They really do.
No, I relate to that, because it maybe I'm not to that extent, but my mom is the one who tells me, you need to buy clothes, you need to. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't need, things like that. So I am really enjoying myself with the pandemic.
Yes, at the end, it's a reality. We don't need, because we can survive, I think, for the next 20 years with what we have actually in our closet. And if we check what we have, because if I think about myself, I am passionate about shoes. I am a shoes collector. Everyone knows about me this. And actually I have more or less, around 300 pair of shoes. Okay, means that 300 means that I can survive for the 300 pairs of shoes, but means that I can survive for the rest of my life. Why? Because I started to collect shoes when I was a teen, and I continue to add shoes. But at the end, I am happy to wear some of the shoes when I was teen, because there are some brands that now, for example, doesn't exist anymore, and that for me are more than vintage. Wearing these shoes, I have a piece of my life, and I can mix the past with the present, with something that is not part of the real life. I don't know how we can shake this. And it's funny. It's probably what as I say to you before, is what I hope that people will learn to do. Because at the end, even if we can stop buying now, we have so many things. Probably we need to continue to buy something because it's a sort of personal gratification. When we have a look of something, is okay. Even if I don't need it, I like it, because in this moment of my life is like buying something that will be part of me as me are now, as I am now, representing me at this moment. But we don't need to buy Mappy at the end, this.
There's one thing that I don't understand. It's this concept of revenge shopping. So I can understand, again, the fact that, okay, being with the closed, with the lockdowns and the stores being closed, somehow I was forced to save. So maybe I have now, because we are the lucky ones also, let's face it, no, because we're talking about that, but there are a lot of people who are not the lucky ones. And who have been not economically damaged, are still going to be economically damaged by this big crisis. But I can understand that, yes, okay, I didn't buy anything, so I wanted. But from this to say revenge shopping, I'm much more conscious. So I would do revenge traveling in the sense that I miss discovering places. I wanted to go to Naples, I couldn't go, so I would do that. But a revenge shopping saying, I need to go to Maldives, I need to do this big fancy, for what? So me personally, I think that, yes, I would love to go back to the pleasures that I was now a little bit deprived of, but it's much more on seeing my friends, having dinners with more people. So looking at Asia and looking at this huge revenge shopping, I don't even know if the name is correct. It's probably also because it's a part of the world that is enjoying a huge economic growth. So they are in a phase of their development where they like to enjoy their wealth. But revenge shopping, I don't know if it's the appropriate terms.
Yes, so also for me, it's quite unusual to have this kind of revenge shopping. Revenge for what is the question?
It's like, sorry for this, I'm like screwing yourself.
Revenge for what?
No. We have 5 minutes, so because you have to go. So you also touched on something, two things, that you mix and match the old and the new. This is also part of your personal brand when you're going to show up in a real way. So this is great. And it also allows you to educate other people on, if you have old stuff or you don't need to renew all the time if you buy quality, because it's the first time I'm going to say on the podcast, but when we have my mom used to tell me, if you buy quality, stuff will last and the fashion will come back. This is the concept of timeless you have. But we have all this as well, fast fashion and so on. And the industry is polluting like massively. And
we were still the generation, sorry, Maria, but we were the generation where our mothers did not have fast fashion.
No.
So for them, when they saw fast fashion, they saw the difference in quality. No, they were going with us in the stores. There was nothing like you could buy from your phone without asking your mother or exchanging. So you would still touch and see, and so let alone the fact that they would not like the style, but this has always been the case. Now it would look like too short, too tight, too whatever for them. Now because it was a matter of generation, or too ugly like music. But still, no, I think that there was no such business model available, so you could really touch it. There's a whole 20-year generation where it was all about, remember all those YouTubers that would, for 10 euros, they would buy so many T-shirts, and they would unpack the bags with all those things. So I think it was also a different historical moment. So we try to educate so we got still this sense of awareness that there's quality and there's, and even though I'm older than you, a little bit younger than Annamaria, I think we had that, and it still made a big difference.
So we have 3 generations talking here. So I think we can talk for ages.
No, not quite.
Yes,
but
I think that we are considered officially into 3 different generations.
Yeah.
Officially in terms of age, we are. Probably in terms of mindset for what we are discussing now, we are very similar, because it means that some values are totally and absolutely transversal.